Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is technically the 21st of April, but you're not going to see this video until the 23rd, which would be Saturday. So today is Saturday, the 23rd of April, and I am back for Chart of the Day video, or Chart of the Week video number 131. Welcome. How are you? I'm a little under the weather, as you can probably tell. I started getting I hung out with the grandkids on Sunday, so by Tuesday night I had a sore throat, and it's just continuing to go downhill from there. So I'm making this video today for two reasons. Number one, I don't know if I'll have a voice at all by Saturday, and since I didn't record last Saturday, thought I'd better get one done today while I still have something of a voice. And number two, I may be closed on Saturday. All depends on how I'm feeling. My uncle is not doing well, and we've been advised that if we would like to see him, we should probably go sooner rather than later. So I would like to see him before he goes. So if I'm well enough and I don't feel like I'm going to make my sister sick, I'll wear a mask, but I'm going to go up and visit him on Saturday. So that's the other reason why I'm recording today. So today is a very foggy day in Omaha. I haven't driven in the fog for a long time. Not fog that was it's starting to lift a little bit, but it was like pea soup out there this morning. And you combine that with old people vision. It was kind of freaky trying to get to work this morning. So hopefully the fog will lift, the sun will come out, and it'll be a nice, it's supposed to be like 72 today, which I would absolutely love. And then we're supposed to have storms tonight, unless they took them out of the forecast, or the bubble that's over the city of Omaha doesn't allow it to rain, because that seems like it goes kind of around us or over us and then rains in Iowa, but we need the rain really bad. So anyway, I hope you had a great weekend last weekend. If you celebrated Easter, I hope you had a good Easter. We had everyone over to our house and did a little egg hunt for the kids, even though it was really cold out. Did a little egg hunt for the kids and had a good meal and played some dominoes and generally had a good time. So I hope you all had a great time also. Thank you for all your comments on the last video. I appreciate them. I appreciate the time that you take to do it. I know it technically doesn't take much time, but it's still one more thing that you have to do, and I do appreciate you taking that time to do so. I'm kind of doing this on the fly a little bit, just because I wanted to get it done. So anyway, question from last video was about gardening, and if you garden, be it flowers or vegetables or both. And it seemed to me like there was a lot of us that have dialed it back, like you either don't garden anymore, or you're doing all perennials, or you're just doing like tomatoes in a container, which surprised me, because I thought with the price of groceries going up, I would have gotten a lot of, yep, we're going to put in a big garden this year kind of thing. But it just seemed like most of you are like me and just we're over it. So thank you for answering that question. Let's see. Didn't have a whole lot to comment on in the comments. I had one gal, Misty, who says I had mentioned that I had lived in Glen Rock, Wyoming, and she she commented that her mother currently lives in Glen Rock and probably knows my friends, which she probably does. They were both worked in the school system, and just recently retired. So your mom probably does know them. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to cover? Oh, I did have someone ask me about the crystals in my ear, because I mentioned I was dizzy because I roll over in bed sometimes, and you have little crystals in your ear and they get out of place, and then you get vertigo. And I'm still struggling with the vertigo. I went back to the dentist on Monday, and of course they put you at that angle with your head down, which was not good. I did get my permanent crown on, so my tooth is feeling better. But yes, you have these little crystals, and they can get out of whack, and then you can get dizzy. And I walked out of there, and I thought I was heading for my car, but I was actually going off to the side. So I sat in my car for a little while afterwards until the world stood still and I could drive home. And I'm still working a little bit on getting that back to normal. If I bend over, it's not good. So I try not to do a whole lot of bending right now. So with that, I think we're going to move on to the chart of the week. It's technically kind of like 2 charts of the week because I have the first 2 in the series. So this is a series from Summer House Stitche Workes, Fragments in Time 2022. She has done these, I think, since 2017. I could be wrong. She could have been doing them longer than that, but I think 2017, 2016, somewhere in there. So she's been doing them a long time. Every year it's a different look. And I decided to do these because the picture does not look anything like the reality. Like the colors are not even close. So these are small little pillows. You could stitch them all together, or you can do them individually. They look really cute in a bowl. The stitch count is 51 by 51, so they're a quick little stitch. Calls for 32 count straw from Weeks Dye Works, but as you're going to see, the picture does not look anything like straw, and the floss colors look nothing like what's on this picture. To me, let's hold it up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So that's the cover, and to me this looks kind of like a pinky brown, and then this looks kind of burgundy-ish, kind of a limey yellow, a mauve-y pink. So that's what it looks like to me when I'm looking at it. This is the second one in the series. Now, so to me, this is what the fabric kind of looks like. Kind of a pinky. This is 28 count light terracotta linen, and it's kind of a pinky brown. In reality, this is straw. Now this is 40 count straw, so the color is maybe a little more intense, but you can see the difference right there. That doesn't look anything like straw on the cover. So I thought I would make sure that I showed it to you, because I don't really like how this looks. No offense to Beth. I like the design and I like the real colors. I just don't like the picture. This right here are the colors, the called for colors. I've made no changes. So they're actually Cinnabar, Carolina Cecil, Grits, Cadet, Moss, I think, Moss, Lichen, which is that yellowy green color, and Chestnut. So if you look at those, none of those are burgundy or pink. So I thought it would be a good one to show, just so that you know, because maybe you were like me and you looked at this and said, yeah, no, I don't like those colors. They're really not like that. So here are the colors on the straw, like they're supposed to be. Ooh, the sun's going to start to come out. And here they are on that terracotta, which isn't terrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but you might lose this on there. So this is a 16 count Cyprium. It's an Ada from Picture This Plus, and it's a little bit darker than the straw, but I also think it looks really pretty with the colors. Got a shadow under here and I can't figure out why. Maybe that might help a little bit. This is 32 count Oatmeal from Color and Cotton. It's not oatmeal colored. It's kind of a greeny beige, so there is green undertone to it. I happen to like it with these colors, though. I think that would be very pretty. This is 32 count Harvest Blessings from, I don't remember who. I think Seraphim. I think it's Seraphim. Well, that didn't work so well. Let me try that again. There. I think that would be pretty. For you lovers of blue, this is Fiber on a Whim's Silver Fox. It is an 18 count. I think that would be pretty. Totally different look, but I think it would be pretty. One of my all-time favorites is Raw Natural. This just happens to be the 40 count Raw Natural, but it comes in all the linen counts, 28, 32, 36, 40, 46. So whatever your favorite. Does not come in Ada though, or even weave, but we can get close. And finally, for you lovers of dark like myself, this is 32 count Earth from Fiber on a Whim. This is a dark brown, but it has kind of some rusty browns in it also, which look good with these two colors here on the end. So that is your charts of the week. I hope showing you the real colors and the color of the fabric might sway some of you towards doing this particular series, because it's really cute when you see them all stitched up together. Looks fabulous in a basket or a dough bowl. Looks really cute all done together. I'm pretty sure that there's a complimentary border pattern on summerhousestitcheworkes.com. So if you want to do it all together, you can download that and print it out. So that is it for that. Question for the week, for the day. It kind of stems from people talking about how they stitched not in the last video, but the video before. I am probably considered left-handed by most people. I probably actually come down on the side of ambidextrous because I do a lot with my right hand. But I write with my left. I throw with my left. But I can throw with my right and I can catch with my right. So I do a lot of things right-handed, probably because I grew up in a right-handed world. And you learn to adapt. But sometimes I also think I wasn't necessarily supposed to be left-handed, because when I first started writing, apparently I wrote upside down and backwards. And they put me through a bunch of testing, which I don't remember, by the way, but my mom told me this story, and discovered that I sat across from my older siblings at the table and I was copying what they were doing. They're right-handed. So for me to copy what they were doing, I was using my left hand because that's the hand they were using. So I might have rewired my brain. I don't know. There's not very many left-handed people in the family. I think my grandfather was. And I may have one niece or nephew that is left-handed, but mostly they're all right-handed. So, so anyway, back to that video. It got me thinking as to because it's a little weird. I hold my needle and I stitch with my right hand, even though I'm left-handed. So it got me thinking how many left-handed people are holding the needle in their right hand, or are left-handed people holding their needle in the left hand, and vice versa for the right-handed people. Do you use your left or your right hand to hold your needle? So my question is, sorry, I'm not exactly making sense today, I don't think. My question is, are you technically right-handed, left-handed, or ambidextrous? And which hand do you actually hold the needle and stitch with? So it's a two-pronged question. I'll be interested in those responses to see if any more lefties actually hold their needle in their right hand, or whether I'm weird. Not that I care whether I'm weird or not, because I don't really. I do what feels good to me. So. But I am interested in the responses. So, what else do I have to say? I have, where is it? I was going to show you. Hold on. Hold, please. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Here I come. I was going to show you. A couple weeks back I told you about the 40 count Burdal, and I was going to stitch on it and let you know how I felt about it. And so I just chose a little motif off of a chart. Can't remember what chart it was a Jeanette Douglas. Quaker Star Delight. And I chose this little motif. I did not do that border. I just didn't feel like it, but I did stitch it up. I think it turned out cute. The fabric is a delight to stitch on. It was easy to see. In fact, I decided to try doing 40 count over 1 using a tent stitch on this, because I think I've mentioned, maybe I've mentioned, that I want to start the Prairie Schooler alphabet, the ABC one, not the gardening one but the ABC one, the big one, the big kahuna one that is huge. And I didn't necessarily want it to be huge. So I was going to do it 25 count over 1 with a full cross. But then I got to thinking, could I possibly do over 1 with a tent stitch on the 40 count? So I cut myself another piece of this, and I took it home, and I chose a chart, and I've been working on that pretty much exclusively for the last week and a half. And I have decided that I am indeed going to try and do the 40 count over 1 using the tent stitch for that series of charts, which will make it, I can't remember how big the fabric is, maybe 24 by 13, something like that, 24 by 14, somewhere in that. And that's with a 6-inch, a 3-inch border all the way around. So it won't be very large. I plan to start that at retreat next week. That'll be one of my 4 new starts for our mini mania. And I will let you know how that goes. But I'm making great progress on, I don't have it with me, or I'd show it to you. I decided for my experimental stitch on 40 count over 1 using a tent stitch, I would do, what is his name? Can you tell I'm just a little discombobulated today? It's Kathy Barrick. Where's Kathy? H-I-J-K. Okay, Kathy Barrick. Frederick. That's who it is, Frederick. Frederick, which is it's a bird. And it's got a lot of dense stitching, which I wanted to make sure wouldn't get too puckery, or I want to make sure the stitch is all laid correctly. And it's coming along great, and I'm really enjoying it, and I sucked someone else into doing the same thing. So I enabled her. I did. She's now doing the Quaker Dwelling on the Verdal over 1 with a tent stitch, and it's coming along well. So I will keep you updated, but I'm going to start that probably next Saturday. We're going to do mini mania, so there'll be 1 new start for each day of retreat. And it'll probably be my Saturday one, because I've got a couple other people who want to stitch the alphabet with me, and 2 of those people are going to get together. They're not coming to retreat, but they're going to get together apparently, and we're all going to start kind of at the same time. It's very informal. I'm not starting a group or anything for it. We're just going to start at the same time and work at our own speed, and if it gets done sometime in the next 10 years, it gets done, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I don't really care. At least I'll have the pleasure of having worked on it. So that's what I have to say about that. Otherwise, I don't know a whole lot. Haven't done any antiquing lately, so I can't talk about that. So I'm going to let you go. The shop is due to open in about 20 minutes. Sorry, this is but I did it last minute. just so that I could get it out while I still had a voice, because I'm going to guess by the end of the day I won't. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your week and a great weekend. If I happen to not go visit my uncle, I might try and suck Dan into doing a video with me. I keep getting requests for the Dan and Julie show. The thing is, he's got nothing that he's been working on, because he's been working on the bedroom. So, and it's not done, so I can't even video it so you can see what he's been working on. But he's getting really close. So maybe if I'm gone this weekend, it will give him the incentive to finish up. He's got 2 pieces of woodworking left to do in the bedroom. And then I have a project. My plan was to work on it this weekend and get it done. But if I'm out of town, that won't happen. But we're getting closer. We're getting closer. And then the bedroom will be done, and he can move on into the hallway, because you know how one thing always leads to another. And if you make one part pretty, you've got to finish making the rest of the hallway pretty too. So he's got a lot of woodworking to do. Plus, we're making plans on what we want to do with the kitchen, which is not what we planned on doing with the kitchen, but with the economy being the way it is, we're kind of going to modify what we were doing. So I'm going to let you go. Again, have a great week. Thank you for commenting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Have a great weekend, and I will see you a week from Saturday. So, if not before. So take care till then. Bye.